The unforgettable scene that took Bonanza off the air. The unforgettable scene that took Bonanza off the air forever changed the course of the popular Western television series, which aired on NBC from 1959 to 1973. The show followed the adventures of the Cartwright family, who lived on the Ponderosa Ranch in Nevada Territory during the 1860s and 1870s. Despite its success and numerous spin-off series, Bonanza came to an end after 14 series due to a controversial scene in the show's final episode titled The Last Trophy. In the episode, the Cartwrights are involved in a dangerous hunt for a rogue elephant that's been causing trouble on the Ponderosa. As they track the elephant through the jungle, they come across a group of indigenous people who are being threatened by the animal. In an effort to save the natives, Ben Cartwright, played by Lorne Greene, and his sons decide to kill the elephant, believing it to be the only way to protect the tribe. The decision caused a great deal of controversy when the episode aired, as many viewers and animal rights activists felt that the show was promoting the unnecessary killing of animals. The unforgettable scene that took Bonanza off the air sparked outrage and led to the show being taken off the air for good, with the producers deciding not to renew the series for another season. The controversy surrounding the final episode of Bonanza was a significant event in the history of television and helped to raise awareness about the treatment of animals in popular media. It also serves as a reminder that the decisions made by writers and producers can have a significant impact on the viewing audience and can even lead to the end of a successful television series. Behind the scenes of Bonanza. As you prepare to step into the Wild West and uncover the secrets of the iconic show, Bonanza, from its shaky start to its status as a global hit, this series captivated audiences with its 14 seasons and over 400 episodes. We'd like to follow the trials and triumphs of the Cartwrights as we navigate life on the Ponderosa Ranch, but it's not all gunslinging and horseback riding. Behind the scenes, there were plenty of secrets, scandals, and mysteries that unfolded when the cameras stopped rolling. Join us as we explore into the untold stories of Bonanza, the best Western TV series of all time. Pernell Roberts was not a fan of the show. Pernell Roberts played the role of Adam Cartwright in the TV series Bonanza, but he wasn't a fan of the show or his character. He felt that the characters were shallow and the storylines were uninteresting. In addition, he didn't get along well with his co-stars. Roberts also believed that minority actors were not given enough opportunities on the show, though this changed in later seasons. Despite his dissatisfaction with the show, Roberts' portrayal of Adam Cartwright was beloved by audiences. However, he ultimately decided to leave the series in 1965. The departure of Adam impacted the popularity of the show. The departure of Adam Cartwright was a significant challenge for the cast and crew of Bonanza, as they had to find a way to continue the show without one of its main characters. Another popular character on the show was Haas Cartwright, played by Dan Blocker. Blocker's talent was showcased in his role as Haas, and he became one of the show's most beloved characters. Tragically, Blocker passed away in 1972 at the age of 43. His death was a major loss for the cast and crew, and the show's writers decided to address Haas's passing on the show rather than implying he had simply left. This was the first time a major character's death was addressed on an American TV series. The loss of Haas Cartwright impacted the popularity of Bonanza, and the show was not as enjoyable to watch without him. Despite being one of the longest-running shows in American TV history, it seemed that the show's days were numbered after Haas's death. As such, the show's writers had to find a way to end the series on a high note without knowing when it would be canceled. Low ratings. Despite its eventual success, Bonanza faced an uncertain future in its early seasons. Ratings were poor, and the show struggled to find its footing. But the producers and cast persevered, and eventually the show became a ratings powerhouse, with episodes regularly attracting over 20 million viewers. But the road to success wasn't always smooth. Behind the scenes, the cast and crew faced their own struggles and controversies. For example, there was tension between the show's star, Lorne Greene, and one of the supporting actors, Dan Blocker. The two men had very different approaches to acting and often clashed on set. In addition, Blocker was known for his larger-than-life personality and was rumored to be difficult to work with at times. Despite these challenges, the cast and crew were able to come together to create an enduring classic. Bonanza ran for 14 seasons and spawned several TV movies, cementing its place in the pantheon of great westerns. Its lasting popularity is a testament to the hard work and dedication of everyone involved in the show. In addition to the on-set tensions and controversies, there were also a number of behind-the-scenes secrets that many fans of the show may not be aware of. For example, did you know that the Ponderosa Ranch featured in the show was actually a movie ranch located in Southern California? The ranch was used for a number of different productions, including The Lone Ranger and Tarzan, before it was transformed into the iconic Ponderosa for Bonanza. Another interesting fact about the show is that it was one of the first to be filmed in color. While color TV was still relatively new at the time, the producers of Bonanza recognized the potential for the technology and made the bold decision to film the show in color. This helped to set Bonanza apart from other westerns at the time and contributed to its enduring visual appeal. Despite the many challenges and controversies it faced, Bonanza remains a beloved classic to this day. Its enduring popularity is a testament to the hard work and dedication of the cast and crew, and the timeless appeal of the Wild West. The show suffered a lot in terms of money and ratings. The TV show eventually became a classic, but when it first aired, no one had high expectations for it. As a result, the show didn't have much money in the early years. To save money, the actors were often asked to perform their own stunts instead of hiring stunt doubles. Fortunately, there were no major injuries, but actor Lorne Greene did have an embarrassing moment when he jumped off a cliff into a body of water and his toupee floated to the surface before he did. Key actors left the show due to filming issues. It's not uncommon for lead actors to leave a show due to dissatisfaction, and Bonanza had several such cases. The most significant exit was that of Pernell Roberts, who played Adam Cartwright. Roberts left the show due to creative differences, including his discomfort with the use of black and white actors to portray Native Americans. Despite attempts by Lorne Greene to persuade him to stay, Roberts left the show after around 200 episodes. To explain his character's absence, the show had Adam Cartwright leave for Europe and not return. Pernell Roberts and Michael Landon hated each other. Pernell Roberts had multiple issues with the production and filming of Bonanza, but his strained relationship with co-star Michael Landon also contributed to his decision to leave the show. Landon had a reputation for discussing his fellow cast members negatively on talk shows, and it seemed that Roberts was a frequent subject of his criticism. Roberts, in turn, publicly criticized Landon's acting skills. The tension between the two actors was palpable. Despite the animosity between them, Roberts and Landon were able to maintain a professional relationship while filming. However, it's clear that the tension between them made it difficult for both actors to fully enjoy their time on the show. Eventually, Roberts decided that he had had enough and left Bonanza in 1965 after 6 seasons. He went on to have a successful career in theater and television, appearing in numerous productions over the years. While he may have left Bonanza under less than ideal circumstances, Roberts' talent and dedication to his craft allowed him to continue to thrive in the entertainment industry. The show thrived in its time slot meant for failing shows. TV networks put a lot of effort into finding the best time slot for their shows because it can determine the success or failure of a program. For example, when Bonanza was moved to Sunday nights at 9, it was initially seen as a death sentence for the show. The time slot was usually reserved for struggling programs nearing the end of their run. However, Bonanza ended up thriving in this time slot and saw its ratings soar. From 1964 to 1967, the show even became the #1 rated program on television due to the strategic time slot change. Michael Landon had some issues with the show. Michael Landon was a talented actor and writer, best known for his work on the hit Western series Bonanza. However, it seemed that his dedication to perfection often translated into difficult behavior on set. Landon was known to clash with crew members, from lighting technicians to sound engineers, and his long-standing feud with co-star Pernell Roberts is well documented. Despite his reputation for being a bit of a handful, Landon's passion for his work and commitment to delivering the best possible product endeared him to many. The final episode. The final episode of Bonanza, titled The Hunter, aired on January 16, 1973, and marked the end of one of America's most beloved TV series. The episode followed Little Joe as he fought for his life against Corporal Bill Tanner, a ruthless killer played by Tom Skerritt. Despite being directed and co-written by Michael Landon, the episode was only 39 pages long and failed to attract the same viewership as other Bonanza episodes. While the episode was entertaining, it left fans with little closure on the fates of the Cartwright family and the Ponderosa. The lack of resolution was typical for TV series ending at the time, leaving the audience to wonder what happened to Ben Cartwright and Little Joe. Bonanza had faced numerous challenges throughout its run, including the departure of Pernell Roberts after the first few seasons and the death of Dan Blocker, which led to a drop in ratings and viewership. Despite these challenges, the performances of Landon and Blocker, as well as the heartthrob appeal of Landon, kept the show going for 14 seasons. In the end, it seemed that after Little Joe's escape from Corporal Tanner, the audience was ready to say goodbye to the Cartwright family and the Ponderosa. The show may have ended on a cliffhanger, but it remains a beloved and enduring part of American television history. 31 episodes accidentally entered the public domain. TV networks are now extremely vigilant in protecting their copyrights and will often use their legal teams to pursue individuals for even minor or unintentional violations. However, this wasn't always the case in the entertainment industry. A number of classic TV shows, including Bonanza, ended up in the public domain due to a lack of effort to renew their copyrights. As a result, the first 31 episodes of Bonanza are available for anyone to use as they please and can be found in unofficial collections online. Conclusion. One factor that contributed to the show's cancellation was the aging of the cast. The show featured a large collaborative cast, and as the actors grew older, it became more difficult for them to continue performing the physically demanding roles required for the series. This led to the departure of several key cast members, which may have affected the overall quality of the show. Another reason for the show's cancellation was the changing landscape of TV programming. In the 1970s, there was a shift towards more socially relevant and modern themes in TV shows, and Bonanza, with its traditional Western setting and values, may have struggled to keep up with these changes. Additionally, the production team behind Bonanza may have contributed to the show's eventual cancellation. The producers were known for being very strict and controlling, and this may have caused tension and conflict within the cast and crew. This could have led to a decline in morale and a decrease in the overall quality of the show. Overall, the cancellation of Bonanza can be attributed to a combination of factors, including the aging of the cast, the changing preferences of TV audience, and conflicts within the production team. Despite its success, these factors ultimately contributed to the end of the show.